Okay, let's talk about your most valuable asset. And no, it's not your car, it's not your laptop, it's your identity. In this crazy digital world we live in, protecting it has gotten so much more complicated. So today we're going to dive into not just why you need to protect it, but how.
I mean, think about it for a second. Every time you apply for a job or start a new freelance gig, you get asked for your ID, and you probably share it without even thinking twice. But when you hand that over, have you ever stopped to wonder who you're really giving the keys to your entire life to? All right, so first, let's just break down this totally normal process of sharing our ID because there are some hidden dangers in there. It feels so routine, right? Almost like a necessary step. But this everyday thing we do is actually packed with risks you might have never even considered. And here is the absolute core of the problem. The second someone takes a photo of your driver's license or makes a copy of your passport, poof, you've just lost all control. That copy now exists completely outside of your hands, and you have zero say in where it goes, how it's stored, or who ends up seeing it. Now, this loss of control isn't just some abstract idea. It leads to three very real, very critical risks. So let's break it down one by one. First up, the big one, fraud. Your name, your birthday, your address, your photo, that's like a gold mine for criminals. With a decent copy of your ID, they have pretty much everything they need to open bank accounts, apply for credit cards, or take out loans, all in your name. Second, and this one is pretty scary, is your personal safety. Your ID has your home address right there on it. And sure, you might share that with people you trust, but what happens when that information gets passed along to a total stranger? In the wrong hands, that makes you, your family, and your home a potential target. And third, there's the whole issue of custody. Like, where does that copy of your ID even end up? Is it just sitting in someone's unencrypted email? On a desktop computer with no password? Is it on some cloud server that could get hacked? The secure chain of custody is just gone, and its safety is a total mystery. So if the old way of doing things is so clearly broken, what's the alternative? Well, a new standard is emerging, and it's this idea of a digital fortress. The concept is actually really simple. Stop sharing vulnerable copies of your ID and move to a totally new, more secure way of proving you are who you say you are. The solution our source material talks about is called ProntoID, which they basically describe as a digital vault. And the concept is simple, but, really powerful. Your data is secured and made invisible to others. This lets you focus on your work without ever having to worry about who has your personal info. And the process behind this digital vault is so simple, it boils down to just two steps. First, your identity gets verified one single time. And after that, your actual ID is sealed away. It's never, ever shared directly with anyone else again. This really gets to the core promise of the whole thing. Verified once, sealed forever. So instead of you handing over your actual passport, a client just gets a confirmation that you've been verified. The actual document, the key to your life, it stays locked away, safe in that vault. Okay, but how does a system like this actually keep you safe? Well, it all comes down to multiple layers that cover security, privacy, and legal compliance. And you really need all three of those to build trust. When you put the old way next to this new model, the difference is it's night and day. Instead of sending insecure copies that expose your private address, this model shares no ID at all. Your data stays invisible. And instead of your ID being stored who knows where on some random email server, the verification is held in a super high security vault. This isn't just a small improvement. It's a completely different way of thinking about trust. So what does this all mean for you? Well, the result is peace of mind. You can just focus on your work, knowing your data is secure and that you're compliant with major standards like GDPR. And most importantly, you finally get control back over your own identity through a secure, encrypted, and unbroken chain of custody. At the end of the day, this is all about empowerment. It's about taking back control of your most personal information. Because building your career should never, ever come at the cost of your own security. This really reframes the whole conversation. Sharing your ID isn't just some formality, it's a transaction. And it makes you wonder, has the price you've been paying with your privacy been far too high all along? So, we end right back where we started. I want you to think about how you share your information every single day for work, for services, for all those little verifications. And just ask yourself this, is your most valuable asset truly protected?